My name's Laura Middleton Green. I'm a lecturer in nursing in the School of Health Studies at the University of Bradford. I'm going to talk about a project where I implemented team-based learning in a module for third-year student nurses called Pathophysiology Applied to Nursing Practice. So the reason we decided to try this technique was I'd read a lot about it, I'd been to some workshops, so I knew a little bit about the philosophy of it, which was essentially about getting all the benefits of small group work but enabling that to happen in a large classroom. So things like encouraging critical thinking, engagement of the whole student group, motivation to work and to achieve as a team. So the reason we decided to trial it in this module is the lecturing team felt that there was a lot of rote learning going on. The assessment for the module was through an exam, and it was possible to pass through strategic learning, which did not give us real evidence that the students were able to consider how the principles of pathophysiology might apply to clinical nursing practice, which of course they do. So it was a lack of applicability to practice, or lack of ease of recognition of this. The other one was unpopularity of group work. So we tried problem-based learning, but students reported that some were more engaged than others, and they often found it quite disempowering to work in groups in this way. And the other reason we decided to trial it was because we were quite a discrete unit of the module team, and we were all up for trying something new. So it was quite hard initially. There's a lot of pre-work that goes into developing multiple choice questions that are sufficiently ambiguous to encourage discussion. You don't want the exercises to be too clear-cut because it has to reflect the murky world of clinical practice. So a lot of work went into it in advance. We developed a bank of realistic clinical scenarios which would allow the students to explore the use of different pathophysiology principles and to demonstrate their knowledge of this. So it was quite a lot of work. What I noticed when we were actually doing it was that actually the teaching is very, very, very different. Instead of using lectures, we didn't use any slides. Instead of using slides and talking, we just are alongside the student, encouraging them, asking Socratic questions, enabling them to explore their own knowledge more and more. So it's an absolutely brilliant system. We loved it once we'd put the work in. Student evaluations, we got students to fill out some extra end of module evaluations, and they absolutely loved it. They felt it was applicable to practice, it helped them engage with each other as a student group, and they loved the responsibility that they were given. And we also saw an increase in the average exam mark by around 7% from one module to the following year. So it went from about 57% to about 64%. So we were really pleased with it. And trying to work out what else I'm supposed to say on this. So what's next? What's next for the project? Well, it's been a while getting people to engage in it within the division because of the amount of work involved in preparing exercises. But it does feel like there's a bit of a change in the attitudes towards team-based learning. So we've currently got a curriculum review going on, and I think there are about 7 or 8 key members of staff who are very, very excited about the possibility of using team-based learning in the full range of pre-registration modules, but also something which we didn't get a chance to do in the pathophysiology module, which is to incorporate assessment into the group activities so that the teams share summative grades, which I think will take it up a notch in terms of responsibility and accountability. So I'm very excited. So watch this space.